How are we keeping, guys? David here from Doc Fitness, and just a quick helpful video for anyone that might be struggling with home workouts at the moment, because we know it's not easy. It's a complete different environment to maybe being in a gym you might love, or just being in a gym in general, because environment does dictate performance in some way. It's why obviously now I'm working more from home on a laptop. I'm trying to set up my office in a way where I'm going to be focused for that work I do. So I'm not just doing it on the kitchen table. I have a designated room for it because I can in the house, or I'm setting up a little area to get that work done. That works for me. Like, again, environment dictates the performance. It's no more than the experience that we create for our clients in here. But there is small little things that you can do at home to make that better for you, because during times of stress, we all fall back into the same shitty old habits that we might have. Now, the thing is, those habits might also be good, because if you've spent time to build up habits, like getting your workouts done, following through on the workouts you said you would do, that type of stuff, like that's a good habit compared to a bad habit. Versus when somebody gets stressed that their motivation goes out the window and they don't bother doing that, which is nearly the worst thing you can do. Because you probably know by now that time is probably not an issue for you. We've more time than ever, but still we're not that motivated to do anything with it. And it's why you cannot rely on motivation just to get fucking workouts done. You have to rely on solid habits that you've built around training and nutritional principles. And like, I talk about this a lot, that's always dictated on kind of the way you've done things to date. If you do a diet that's miserable, that's different to doing a diet that's more habit-based, it's based on scientific principles, it suits your preferences and all that. So you have to take that with a pinch of salt. But give this room, for example. If I wanted to set this up like a workout room, there's just bits of shit everywhere right now. For me, if I was at home, I would probably make a little space within reason in that room if I could. I would probably try to avoid spending my time in this room all day from using it as a workout room. I would get maybe some music I like on a big TV. If you're tuning in from a live workout from home, obviously you're going to put it in the big TV versus a small phone or laptop if you can. But like, the whole idea is that you're creating this environment to make it a little bit better for you. Like, I might take more time to move all the clutter out of the way. Another one is actually getting into your same workout gear and not being lazy with that just because you're home. Treat it as if you're going to the gym. So again, you might have a designated room for this in the house if you can. Some of you won't have that luxury. But again, can you make small tweaks to it to create space, to create that workout environment for you? Can you get into your same workout gear? Can you get your same music playlist on? Can you get your headphones on? Or, as I said, use a big TV to tune into live workouts, or get some YouTube music up on the screen. And last but not least, have you some form of commitment to yourself? That's probably one of the biggest things. Like, if you're telling yourself right now, you know you're going to be at home for the next few months, you know that, you know gyms are still closed. You might be able to get and do some outside workouts down the line, but right now, if you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm unmotivated, I cut my arse to anything, you're probably not going to do feck all. Whereas if you give yourself a little commitment that I'm going to commit to 3 home workouts a week at 20 minutes, like, I think that's fairly achievable for most people. If you commit to 20 minutes, you're probably going to end up doing 40 or 50 or 60 minutes anyway. So I think if you set a commitment to yourself at the start of each week, you try to pencil it into certain days or on times that will work for you, and you commit to it no matter how you're feeling, you're more likely to do it. A default thing that we always recommend for clients is that when, let's just say you wanted to work out on a Wednesday and you just could not be bothered, and it's coming up to the time you planned roughly to train, maybe maybe the husband has got the kids for that hour, or maybe you just have an hour free, there's nothing else going on, and you go and you put on your workout clothes. Even though you don't feel like it, you're still defaulting to those patterns that you've done so much over time. Put on your workout clothes, put on your workout shoes, walk down to the feckin' room, get your music on, start your warm-up. Focus on each little step at a time rather than dreading the whole workout. Because believe me, if you just focus on what you have to do for that point in time, it makes it a lot easier. It comes back to that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time type thing. But guys, use those principles, try to pop them into play. For some of you, you're already doing this. For some of you, it might seem basic, but believe me, it works. Environment dictates performance. Make use of the habits you built to date and try and create that little environment for yourself at home right now so you can follow through on some workouts. And if you're lacking motivation, get on with it, because the ball will start rolling again once you get back into it. It's easy to get out of things, but it is also easy to get into them as well.